Good evening, viewers, starting with an updated story on the murder of former Haitian President Jovenel Moïse. Jamaican authorities have detained a former Haitian senator who was a key suspect in the murder of Haitian President Jovenel Moïse in July, Jamaican National Police said on Saturday. Jamaica Constabulary Force spokesman Dennis Brooks said that John Joel Joseph, a well-known Haitian politician named by the authorities as a suspect in Moïse's killing, was arrested by the authorities on Friday. Moïse was shot dead when assassins armed with assault rifles stormed his private residence in the hills above Port-au-Prince on July 7, sparking a major manhunt and investigations across several countries in Latin America and the Caribbean. Days after Moïse's murder, the then National Police Chief Leon Charles said Joseph was a key player in the plot, alleging he supplied weapons and planned meetings and that police were searching for him. Haiti has arrested dozens of people following the July murder that left a political vacuum in the Caribbean nation. But it has not charged anyone, and investigation has drawn complaints in that country about delays and intimidation of officials. Bermuda has removed its mandatory quarantine requirement for vaccinated contacts of persons infected with coronavirus once they are not displaying any symptoms and were fully immunized within the last 6 months and are advised to take a daily antigen test during the 7 days after close contact. The change to Bermuda's quarantine policy was announced last week and was due to come into effect on Thursday, but Minister of Health Kim Wilson explained on Sunday that the government removed the mandatory quarantine to reduce the high workload and pressure on the case management team. Trinidad and Tobago recorded 6 additional cases of the Omicron variant on Friday. The Minister of Health noted that the additional cases bring the number of confirmed cases of the variant to 28. 4 of the cases had no history of recent travel and no known contact with recent travelers, while the other 2 cases remain under investigation. The patients will remain in isolation until the enhanced discharge criteria for persons with COVID-19 variants of concern are met. Additionally, contacts of the positive variant cases have been quarantined. The presence of the Omicron variant was confirmed via gene sequencing at the laboratory of the Faculty of Medical Sciences, University of the West Indies. As of January 6, 2022, the World Health Organization (WHO) has confirmed that the Omicron variant of concern had been identified in 149 countries. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley has put together a 5-member team to evaluate the state's handling of the COVID-19 virus with a professional eye and present their findings in 1 week. The team was given the scope to identify the number of patients who died from COVID-19 and demarcate those deaths by number and types of comorbidities, including obesity. They will also categorize their findings by ethnicity, age, and gender. And finally, the Royal Bahamas Defense Force (RBDF) detained several foreigners on Sunday during a search and rescue mission at sea. The force reported that the Operation Bahamas Turks and Caicos team received information that a boat was disabled as it traversed through adverse weather near Bimini Islands. An aircraft was dispatched to investigate and found the vessel with 6 persons on board. A contender craft was sent to the distress site near North Bimini, and the crew rescued 2 Bahamians and 4 migrants from Ecuador and Colombia. They were handed over to Royal Bahamas Police and Immigration for investigation. That concludes the Monday's edition of the Regional News. I'm Joel Vogt. Good night.